Okay, number 3, we have A, number of elements has 5, and then we know that A union B, the combination of those two, has 10. What are the possible values of B? Okay, well, there's a couple different scenarios, and we need to be thinking about the way the Venn diagram could be set up. Okay, so let's call this A, let's call this B. Okay, there's one case where they have nothing in common, and if this is the case and we know that this is 5 and they have nothing in common and we have 10 elements total, then this also has to be 5. You can do that with a little bit of math. Okay, it is possible also for these two circles to overlap, okay, which means they have some things in common. Okay, so we know this has 5 elements in it. This is all together. Whatever's here and whatever's here is 5. Okay. If this were the case and they shared some elements, then B could have more. So depending on how many elements they shared, B would go up or down. So let's do this. Let's take the worst case scenario. Let's think about the biggest B could be. So we know that A union B has 10. So let's say, what if B, let's let this be B, what if B had 10 elements in it? Okay. That would mean that circle A, all 5 of those are also here. So another way we could represent this is that B has 10, but 5 of them are in this A circle, and then 5 of them are, B has 5 additional elements that A has. So it is possible for B to be equal to 5. And the biggest B could be is 10, and then it should be anywhere in between. Okay, so let's say that B had 9 elements in it. Okay, we know the total has to be 10. That would mean they would, if you subtract these two numbers, 9 minus 5, that would give you 4 that they shared. Okay, so another way to write that is you would write 4, 1. So we would take 4 from there, and that would give us 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. And then we would take 4 from that. That would give us 5. So then if we added 1, 4, 5, that would give us 10. So I look at the smallest that B could be, the largest that it could be, and then if those work, any number in between also works. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So B could be anything from 5 to 10. 5 being if they shared nothing in common. 10 being if everything that was in A was also in B. We get 5 plus 5 is 10, and we have a diagram like this. So you got disjoint, you have overlapping, and completely enclosed. And this would satisfy all possible conditions. So possibilities, and it says use a comma, separate, use ascending order. So we're going to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, part B says the only possible value for NB when A intersect B is 0. So this is going back to the definition of union. Okay, if I'm going to union two sets, A union B, that is equal to the set A plus the elements in set B, subtract the overlap. This is if they have something in common. A intersect B. And what this diagram is saying is that if A and B have nothing in common, which means we're looking at this scenario here, where they're separate, this is A, this is B, if they have nothing in common, so this is empty or 0, then if this is 5 and we're told that this is 10, and when we add these up, this has to be 5. It's the only logical explanation. So this is saying that if this is nothing, if we're subtracting 0, B would have to be 5 in this case.